Well, hi everyone. I'm Ken Ham, CEO and founder of Answers in Genesis, the Creation Museum, and the Ark Encounter. We're actually here at the Ark Encounter, going to give you a little bit more behind the scenes look at things. I know people love these little behind the scenes tours. Going to give you an update on what's happening at the Ark Encounter. We're up on the 4th level. That's where the public cannot come, not as yet anyway, until it's all developed. And we're on the outside of the Ark looking over here. So we'll give you some updates here. First of all, our Noah's stage area, Noah's village stage. Now, that's a fairly new structure, and we use that for programs outside when the weather is wonderful, like it is right now. And for our 40 days of gospel music, the biggest Christian music festival in the world, we'll have outside concerts there each day, as well as the major concerts that are inside our Answers Center in the auditorium there. And so that's a wonderful facility that we have there, Noah's Village stage, and people love that. And of course, it's a real festive atmosphere when we have, say, a bluegrass band or others there giving concerts, or even some different programs sometimes too, like certain animal programs at times. And then we have areas where they can get popcorn and ice cream and funnel cakes and hot dogs and hamburgers and all those sorts of things. So behind that, we have our playground, which is very, very popular. And usually by the afternoon here, that is totally packed with kids. Kids just love the playground. We have a similar playground at the Creation Museum. But around from the playground area, we're slowly finishing out this whole area that's specially designed for kids and, well, for the whole family, for everyone to have fun. So we have our virtual reality experience, and we put up some new signs there that you can see. And we have the program called The Flood of Evidence. Now, behind that big building you see behind there, they're just putting the ethos on the outside. The building is basically completed. That's going to house our carousel. Now, there's a carousel. It's on its way from Italy. It's already been constructed, and it's been shipped. And assuming that the ship can get here and get unloaded quickly and we can get it here, we want to have that up sometime for the summer of 2022. So that will house the carousel. Very unique carousel. A number of the animals have been sculpted to look just like some of the animals we have inside the Ark in our exhibits. And it's just not an ordinary carousel where, you're used to seeing all these horses and you hop on those horses. These are all unique animals. So there's going to be, I think there'll be hippos and elephants and some of the animals that we have inside the Ark, and maybe a pterodactyl. And it's going to be very, very interesting. I think people will love it. And that will be included with their Ark ticket. And then back over here, we actually have our new maintenance building. And I wanted to show you that that's for the bus maintenance, our shuttle buses that bring everyone from the parking lot. There's a bus coming into the Answer Center right now, actually. And we have different sorts of buses, but that's going to be the maintenance building for the buses and be parking area over there for some of them as well. But opposite that, you can't see it, it's behind the trees, our new seasonal housing structure that'll house 100 people. For instance, college students, high school students coming to work here during the busy season. And we always have job openings here. So if you're looking for a seasonal job, go online to answersingenesis.org/jobs and apply for a seasonal job. And we have opportunities, full-time opportunities, seasonal opportunities. We have those all year long, basically. Now, if we come around here, there's a structure we can see in the distance there. It's a 5-story hotel. It's going to be in Hampton Inn and Suites, and that's built right beside the parking lot of the Ark Encounter. And I would say the top story and probably the 2 top levels, those in those rooms will have a view of the Ark, a very unique view of the Ark, actually. But that's going to be a great asset for this area, having a hotel right there, right beside the parking lot. And I'm sure there'll be a lot more coming. Most of the hotels that have been built at Dry Ridge on up to Florence and in those areas. So it's good to see a major hotel being built here in Williamstown. And so that gives you just a little perspective of some of the things happening here. Now we're going to walk through the fourth deck, which has not been developed yet. We're going to walk through there to the other side, and we're going to show you what's happening at the zoo as well, what's happening behind the Ark. Actually, we're recording this the week of our homeschool experience, and I can see trail life. It's like the alternative to the Boy Scouts that are here. They've set up some tents there, and there's going to be all sorts of things happening, all sorts of things going on for the homeschool experience. Lots of different workshops. We have a science lab in the lower level of the Answer Center, and we'll have to give you a tour of that one of these days. I'll get some of our scientists who actually run programs there to give you a tour of our new science lab, but it is really fantastic, fully equipped, very high tech. Okay, we're going to go through the fourth deck, and as we go through here, this area is totally undeveloped. We would love to develop this, put a coffee shop up here, some other meeting rooms up here as well, but we need about $4 million to do that. There's a space there for restrooms, another space for a kitchen. And then eventually when this is developed, we'll have some special meeting rooms, some special displays, and then people can go outside and walk along the ledge where I was as well. And you'll be able to get that wonderful view of the area there. But as I said, that requires about $4 million to totally develop up here. So if anyone wants to send us a check for that, we'll do it. So we've been putting our resources into other things that to us are very, very important, but we would love to develop this one day up here. So we're going to walk out on the other side of the Ark. We're going to walk out on one of the towers. There's 3 towers that the Ark is anchored to, and put those 3 together, it's the equivalent of a 200-room hotel. And these towers house the restrooms and the elevators and the exit stairs. So we are on the southmost tower right now, looking out over the zoo. Can't see all of the zoo, you can see a lot of it from here. But what I wanted to show you was the new area down the back where we're building a really fantastic petting zoo. This is going to be really different. And it's going to be inside. It'll be all opened up so that, it feels very open during great weather. But it'll be open during the winter and open during inclement weather because we have doors you'll be able to close and still go inside there. And we're going to have all sorts of great teaching and fun up-close encounters with animals. And this is going to be, I think it'll be one of the best petting zoos you'll ever find anywhere. So that's under construction. Then behind that, it's not under construction right now, but once they finish there, behind that, they're going to build a big open air aviary so that you'll be able to walk through and all the birds that'll be living in that big aviary. So that is all under construction. The petting zoo is going to be open sometime during the summer. We'll have that open for people, and you'll have to walk right through the zoo, right to the back of the zoo to get to that. But I think families are going to love that. And then for the future, you can see over here where we've been clearing an area. In fact, we've actually gained about 13 acres, and there's still some work to do on that. And then when we have the funds, that's going to be our safari area. We want to have live giraffes and some other animals as well. But again, it depends on when the Lord allows us to have the funds to do that. But while we had the permits, we wanted to go ahead and get the land at least prepared. And so that's well underway. But what will be opening next in the zoo will be this petting zoo area. Then we have a building down here that we're going to be totally renovating inside and turning it into like a South American type area. And there'll be all sorts of animals in there. Be a number of different exhibits in there. So you'll see animals that are nocturnal animals. You'll be able to go in there and see them. It's going to be an incredible asset to the zoo. Once the petting zoo is finished, they will then work on that. And then that'll be the second phase of major upgrades that we're doing to the zoo. The safari area with giraffes, we have no timetable on that right now. We have to see how the funds go, and if there's people out there who want to support that. Hey, if you want to support that, or you want to support the fourth deck of the Ark, there's lots that we can still do here at the Ark Encounter. Well, I hope you enjoy that little behind the scenes tour, just give you an idea of some of the things that are happening right now. And of course, we have plans for the future for a new drop-off area and Tower of Babel and so on, as you've heard, but we're still working on all that and planning on all that to see how all that goes. So with that, I'm signing off here from the Ark Encounter. Hope you enjoyed our little behind the scenes tour.